What up, Alpha Team? It's DJ AlphaTyler, and we are back again with another reaction, and y'all already know what it is. You've seen the title. We are back for the first time in a very long time with Grace VanderWaal, and we are checking out Lion's Den today. This one is a very special request from my Patreon patron, Eric. I thank you very much for sending this one my way. Yes, I've been sick for a little while, so this one was a bit of a longer term priority than I expected it to be, but it was a priority anyway. If you want the top priority in my reaction request queue, make sure you hit me up over on Patreon. We're checking out Lion's Den from Grace VanderWaal. It looks like it dropped 7 months ago. I've been sleeping on it, but we're here for it now. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to join the Alpha Team. Don't forget to ding that notification bell to get on our notification squad. Like the video if you enjoyed the reaction, and make sure if you don't know Grace and you enjoyed the song that we're checking out, you click that link down at the bottom of the description below. Get over there, like, share, subscribe, follow, comment, all that good stuff on her side as well. Without further ado, let's see what she's bringing with the official music video for Lion's Den. Let's get it. I'm not sure why I had closed captions on, but now that's gone.
I don't know how to be with myself. Colors aren't as bright as they used to be. Forget the girl they wanted me to be.
So we're gonna back up and catch the beginning of this song again. I'm trying to remember, was there a earlier unfinished version of this song or something that you guys may have sent me at some point along the way? Because I feel like I've heard this melody in one of her songs before, but I may be wrong. Y'all let me know down below if maybe you guys during a live stream sent the unfinished version of this like that, because we all know Grace likes to drop finished, unfinished, all that here and there, like steps along in her progress and such. But let me know down below.
I don't know how to be with myself. Colors aren't as bright as they used to be. Forget the girl they wanted me to be. And I don't know how to be okay. The audience in my head looking up at me, pretending just for them because they need me.
So I like this too. I like she's really kind of looking at, I'm guessing this is going to play into what she's talking about in the song, but she is looking at when you get the spotlight on you, when you've got fans, when you've got an audience, when you got people watching you and looking at you, you know, basically putting you on a pedestal, giving you this stage, the spotlight, this limelight, you know, all that stuff. She's talking about kind of that sense of you start losing touch with, you know, who you are, who you want to be, you know, the path that you're trying to go in, but you try to be strong, you try to be a certain image, you try to be this person, that person, whatever, for the crowd, for the audience, for, you know, the people who are looking at you, because they draw inspiration from you, they draw strength from you, and you do have to, you know, project sometimes. Sometimes you don't always get to be sad, you don't always get to be mopey or upset or happy or whatever. Sometimes you have to be the person that the people watching you need you to be. It's an interesting parallel there between being, you know, a musician, being an actor, being somebody who entertains, you know, being an entertainer, and being a leader. You kind of hit that same situation in both lanes. So nifty little point.
My head looking up at me, pretending just for them because they need me. I'm human and I'm falling, but you tell me I'm flying.
See, and again, that's the same thing. She's talking right there. Through that, I'm human, I'm failing, I'm flawed, you know, I'm having issues. Sometimes I'm still only human though, remember.
You tell me I'm flying, but it's building and I can't breathe. Wanna feel the way that I used to be. And so I go out, get fucked up, so that weirdly I can feel like a kid again. And the lights are like magic, nothing's wrong, twisted, dramatic. And then the morning comes and it's bad again.
I like the lines. This is probably one of my favorite songs I've heard from Grace. Definitely my favorite one I've heard in a long time. I'm a big fan of just the themes and kind of her maturity coming into this topic. Now, I will say, you know, it's a theme that I've heard a lot of people really kind of explore and talk about, especially people who make it in this industry as younger folks, you know, as younger artists, they kind of hit that stride when they're younger. I think as fans, a lot of times people forget that the people that they're idolizing, that they're pushing, that they're, you know, making an attempt to see and support and all that stuff, you know, when you are supporting a younger artist, you are supporting a child, and they don't have a lifetime to build up and be ready for that, like you know, some of us would. So I think it's very mature of her to kind of walk through these steps with it and kind of point out, you know, I have to be this person for you guys, but you guys also have to remember to let me be me sometimes. Let me be weak. Let me make mistakes, you know.
Magic, nothing's wrong, twisted, dramatic. And then the morning comes and it's bad again. Dancing in the lion's den. Dancing in the lion's den. And I guess we're all just trying to work it out, trying to get back to our child self. Chasing the feeling, finding the meaning, but just continuing to corrupt ourselves. And
it's actually interesting because that's a topic I've written about in songs myself. When I was actually 16, 17 years old, there was a song that I was talking about trying to get back to a point when I was younger, trying to rediscover. As I've grown older and I've started looking at, you know, my faith, I've started looking at different facets of my life as an adult. It's kind of become more clear to me that I didn't always fully understand exactly what I was experiencing there, but it's a matter of innocence. It's a matter of purity. When we're young, we are not corrupted yet by the world. We're not at a place where we have all these negative influences. We're not jaded. We're not going through those dark places, those negative points in our lives yet. And so we don't hit exactly, we don't get hit by things exactly the same way that we do once we're older in our 20s, 30s, 40s, you know, and so on. And, you know, I think she's doing a really good job exploring that. But I will say, you know, for me personally, when I was making songs about that stuff when I was younger, I really didn't understand the source of it a lot. And a lot of the source of it is that you become more exposed, you become more jaded, you become more numb, you become more dull, you become more angry toward the world. But that's always a message I try to, you know, push people to be a little bit more mindful of, especially with younger people, with children, you know, stuff like that. Stop, you know, giving them negative aspects, whether you want to talk about, you know, race, religion, you know, negativity in any aspect. The world is already going to tear people down. We don't have to do it quicker for them. You know what I mean?
Finding the meaning, but just continuing to corrupt ourselves. And I still remember how it all felt. The sun on my skin and ice cream with milk. And now I'm at parties, say past 3 a.m. and I'm smoking too much just to feel it again.
And I like that. I like how she's going into that whole feeling of, you know, really remembering. I like the imagery that she's using, you know, the sunshine, you know, ice cream, all that stuff. Again, that is the image of innocence.
Past 3 a.m. and I'm smoking too much just to feel it again.
Now, I am curious too, because she is talking about smoking too much to feel all that again. My assumption is she's talking about smoking weed. My assumption is that she's probably picked that up. If I'm wrong, then you know, I may be wrong. But that is something that we get into as adults a lot of times, is trying to connect with that feeling, kind of get away from the numbness or numb some of the pain that we picked up along the way, whether it's smoking, drinking, whatever you're doing. You know, we start developing vices. A lot of people get more destructive than those vices and end up spiraling down rabbit holes that take us in terrible paths, you know. But hopefully Grace is holding up. Hopefully everything's not really pushing her in, because, you know, because I know she is still young. I'm not sure exactly how old she is. I want to say she's probably 17 or 18, because I think she was 17 the last time I checked out her music. So she's probably around 18 or 19 now. And so, you know, one thing I really do hope, and you guys can let me know down in the comments, is kind of where she's at mentally with some of these topics.
3 a.m. and I'm smoking too much just to feel it again. But I'm human and I'm falling, and you tell me I'm flying, but it's building and I can't breathe. Wanna feel the way that I used to be. And so I go fucked up so that weirdly I can feel like a kid again. And the lights of magic, nothing's wrong, twisted, dramatic. And then the morning comes and it's bad again.
And maybe I was wrong a minute ago too, because looking at this scene in the video, she is definitely smoking a cigarette, so she may not have been talking about weed at all. She's probably just talking about smoking and getting that feeling. Alright, so that was Lines Them by Grace VanderWaal. Again, that was the official music video. First take, I really like it. I think it had a lot of depth. I think she shows a lot of maturity in how she's talking about these topics. And I feel like it's something, you know, she kind of illustrates a lot of give and take that I think fans and people aspiring to reach her level, a lot of people all around, no matter how you're impacted by, you know, fame or you know, grandeur or whatever the case may be, a lot of people could really take notes. A lesson in humility, a lesson in priorities, a lesson in making sure that people are okay, and just understanding that a lot of times even the people that are strong for you, that you draw your strength from, they need help too, and sometimes you got to check on them, ask them if they're doing okay today. As a society, we've got to give instead of just always looking to take, because the thing is, we add so much value to each other's lives when we look to give as much as we take, or to give more than we take. I really enjoy this song. I like how it turned out. 100%, this is probably, like I said earlier, my favorite song that I've heard from Grace in a long time, just because I can really identify with a lot of what she's talking about, and I hope that she is okay. But going back, if you guys haven't been to the channel in a little while, what we do now, we listen to it a second time through. So everybody who gets down in my comments saying, oh, you don't have to stop as much, you didn't even listen to it, let it play, whatever, we're about to go through it again. Except I'm going to fast forward it for you guys. I'm going to listen to it, and then we'll talk about my final thoughts in just a minute. So I'll see you on the other side. What up, everybody? It's Little Tout. Man, I lost my voice right there already. All right, there goes not chopping one up for the little section. You know, these used to be one takes. All right, if you guys haven't been to the channel in a long time, you may not understand why my little face is down here. So that's big me watching this video all the way through without breaks, listening to the song, enjoying the song, and seeing if my perspective has changed. Now, you guys know Eric didn't just send me one, right? So if you guys aren't subscribed to the second channel already, there may be a couple more coming at youtube.com/AlphaTylerReacts. Make sure that you guys are subscribed over there and watching for those Grace reactions that are coming over there as well. They'll be back and forth because Eric sent me a couple and I promise they're coming. I wanted to get this one up so you guys could see how we doing business around here again. This has been your news update. Don't forget to hit the coldest water with the promo code COFFEE for 10% off site-wide. And if you guys are espresso drinkers, don't forget to be looking for that hottest espresso right now. It's your boy DJ AlphaTyler. Final thoughts, they're coming right over there. Right, so there we are, fresh off the second take. One thing I want to correct myself about early on though, I did notice the second time she was talking about the audience in her head, and one thing that really kind of stood out to me is that own self-reflection that you do. A lot of that being your own biggest critic, being your own biggest enemy, you know, standing in your way, pushing back on yourself, telling yourself to look at it this way, do this, that, and the other, and how you will a lot of times press yourself back. I still stand by a lot of what I was saying because I think this song really gets to a point where we are talking about how things have impacted her personally and how they impact a lot of people. But I do like that she actually even gave, you know, that critical piece at the beginning of the audience in her head being, you know, how she perceives herself while she's up on the stage looking at herself and holding herself to a certain image, not being good enough, maybe, you know, even expecting too much of herself sometimes. One thing that stood out to me though, listening to it through, I had this thought almost at the end of the song. When I first started checking out Grace, you know, it was really cool because she was just this girl with her guitar or ukulele, and she would sing and play the evolution into kind of more poppy instrumentals. While I don't dislike it, it's a different layer, and I appreciate seeing that growth in Grace over the years too, like the change going through. I do miss the more stripped down stuff that she did sometimes though. I know Eric has got me a couple of requests. I can't wait to actually get through some of those and get back to some of her more stripped down stuff, because Grace actually, you know, she is a fantastic performer, and one thing I love is that she doesn't need a lot of the bells and whistles that a lot of current artists today in the mainstream really do. But that's all I got for this one, guys. I appreciate you guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to join the Alpha team. Don't forget to ding that notification bell, get on the notification squad. Like the video if you enjoy the reaction. Subscribe. Check me out on Twitch if you're about some video games, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. Shout out one more time to my homie Eric. If you guys are looking to connect, any links, anything like that, all that's down in the description below, as well as the link out to this official music video. Until next time, I'm DJ AlphaTyler. I hope you are staying safe, taking care of yourselves, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Life ain't just right, it's just life. Just take a walk outside, man, and just ride. Take a look at all the other people out who just ride. Just right. Now how are you supposed to fit them all in a song that's about life? Just life. So many out wasting on the road. It's just life. It's just time, but it's not mine. Every single night I sit around thinking about life. All the things that are motivating me to pick it up again and just right. Every single time I realize I'm on a mission, and then another kid goes missing. Spending so much time on the internet bitching while neighbors don't have food in their kitchen. So many wasting every single day in every way. In every single way for all my days. This is my claim of my own.
It's just another day as the world turns, the world burns, spinning off the axis and taxes that they concern first. So many people and they're governed by greed. Take a look around at all the hungry mouths to feed.